So yesterday, the penultimate episode of Better Call Saul came out. I got a little screenshot here because I love doing screenshots of. This one is of Kim, the future Kim. It's finally been announced. It's been revealed. I mean, I gotta be honest, okay? Yesterday, I was tripping hard. Like, when Better Call Saul started, I've been trying to watch every episode of Season 6 while on mushrooms. And you know what? It's a fine balance, right? This is a personal project for me. It's a fine balance of, like, not doing too much, right? So that, like, you fall into the gone zone, you wake up and the show's over, right? But not doing too little so that, like, it's kind of nothing going on. So yesterday, I was closer to the waking up in the gone zone than I was to the not on drugs at all. When this show came on, I was fucked up. I was fucked up on drugs when this show came on. And the thing about, I'm watching this live on the AMC Plus, like, live television channel app thing, right? So it's got commercials. Now, I know I could wait and watch it streaming without commercials, but I'm not waiting like 2 hours or, I'm not waiting. I'm watching this live, motherfucker. It's part of the experience. But anyway, I kept thinking, I watched Mr. Show almost all the way through. And so whenever I see like Bob Odenkirk and then it cuts to a commercial, I'm thinking it's like a Mr. Show sketch. And like these commercials, I know we're not talking about the show yet, Better Call Saul, but I want to talk about the commercials. The commercials, I just can't. Like, there's like a commercial that's like for Wendy's, right? And then like they're doing like this really cringy, like, oh, the fries are crispy, and then some guys like walking around saying hi frive, like, and it keeps happening, right? Like seeing that kind of thing once is like already nightmare fuel, but like they played that commercial like 8 times, and it's like, oh my god, it's just so. I hate commercials because they're not aimed to me. Like, commercials are aimed for, like, I don't even know. Like, who gains from these commercials, right? Like, have you seen these weird, like, fucking meta commercials, where it's like, like, there's this one commercial about cars, but, like, the whole commercial is about, like, some soccer player, and then, like, at the end, there's like, oh, there's a car now, right? Like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, these commercials were freaking me the fuck out. So, with that frame of reference, I want to talk about the show. Because every other, time it would cut to commercial break, I was losing it, right? I was losing it, and then the show started again, and I'm like, okay, so this is the show, I'm back in, right? And it was like a crisis point. So anyway, the show, it opens up with Kim Wexler in the future, right? She's got new hair now, and she's like basically, right? She's dead inside, right? Like, that's the whole thing, right? Like, she's got like some guy that she's fucking, and they debate whether or not Miracle Whip is the same as Duke's mayonnaise. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Miracle Whip is. I don't even really like mayonnaise that much. But anyway, that was funny, I guess, right? I can understand the humor of it, even though I've not directly had that experience. But, and then, like, she's just dead inside. She's like a normie, right? She hates her life, but she understands that she hates her life. And so it's, it's sad, it's depressing, but it makes sense in the context of the universe. And then it links up with when Gene called her. So, in the last week's episode, I was not sure if Gene did call Kim during that, scene where he fucking smashes the fucking phone booth. Gene, a.k.a. Saul, a.k.a. Jimmy. And so it was revealed that he did get through to Kim, and that, they did talk, and Kim was not... She was traumatized by the phone call, but was trying to hold it together, and it's a sad... I'm not gonna lie, I was, like, on the verge of crying. It was so sad. And then, it goes back to the Breaking Bad timeline where Kim and Saul divorce. And that's just sad because, like, Saul's not even paying attention. He's already dead inside by that point, right? And then, of course, you got the scene where Kim talks to Jesse Pinkman. Oh, I loved it. Oh, that was so good. Oh, it's so good. I mean, it's such a good show. I really, wow. I mean, you got 42-year-old Aaron Paul playing, like, 21-year-old Jesse Pinkman. And, like, it's incredible to watch, right? He does not look like he did. Like, he's just... it's a good show. You can't, I'd rather them... not use like weird de-aging stuff. If you can't use makeup to get him to look younger, then that's fine, and that's a sacrifice. But either way, it was great. It was a great scene. It's in the rain, right? And they're smoking. It was just great. I mean, holy fuck, what a show. I mean, it's a show. But then, of course, you know, Jean calls Kim, and then Kim gets depressed, and then she flies back to Albuquerque to confess all of her sins, and she's going on like a tour of confessing her sins, because, you know, she's been dealing with the trauma of the Lalo thing, right, for like 6-7 years. She's been dealing with the trauma, and she finally broke down after Jimmy calls her, right, and then so like that is gonna. There's going to be dividends being paid from that, I'm sure, in the season finale next week. But again, there's only one episode left. Now, I got to say, I love this show. Now, if you have been watching my reviews of this show every week since it started, season 6, I'll have you know, I love this show. I think this show is a masterpiece. I think it's better than Breaking Bad. I need to get that out of the way. Breaking Bad is great. Like, Breaking Bad was a 10 out of 10. And then now it's a 9 out of 10 because Better Call Saul is so good it redefines the paradigm. Better Call Saul is a perfect show. And so if Better Call Saul is a perfect show and it's better than Breaking Bad, that means Breaking Bad has to be a 9 out of 10 just by default, right? That's how numbers work. But anyway, this show is so good. I really have been impressed with the finale half of season 6 so far, and how it's mixing, how, like, you know, it goes from the Better Call Saul timeline to Breaking Bad to the Gene timeline, and it's like mixing them around. It's just great. I mean, it really is just wonderful. But you know, again, it's just a great show. Like, and then you've got the Gene timeline where he, like, you know, he tries really hard to perform this scam, and he ends up killing this guy, or almost ends up killing this guy, but decides not to because, like, he falls asleep or whatever. But he almost killed him, and then he almost kills the old lady. Damn. I mean, that was really hard to watch, right? Because, like, Jimmy throughout the entire show never really does any violent stuff. He's just kind of like a scumbag lawyer, right? And to see him kind of like almost break down and become an evil person, but then almost, you know, doing it and not actually going through with it, is really hard to watch. But, like, it's good. It's good. And then, of course, you know, the cab driver. I love that scene where the cab driver's freaking out at the cop car, and then it goes to the cop car, and they're eating like fucking Taco Bell or something, and they're not paying attention to him at all. Then he has a meltdown because he thinks the cops are onto him. That was it was so good. It really was so good. It's too good. I mean, it should be illegal how good it is, but it was really good. And then, of course, Saul gets, you know, he has to deal with getting him out of jail. He tries to get his mom on board. His mom recognizes him. She looks him up on the internet and then calls the life alert, you know, hey, I can't get up. Right? She calls the life alert, says that Saul's there, and then he has to run. And so who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I have no predictions at this point. My main prediction when season 6 started was that Kim Wexler is not going to die. She's going to be in the Breaking Bad and Gene timeline, and they will reunite. That's my main prediction. Will Gene just go back to Albuquerque? Will he go to Florida? Well, how will he find Kim? Who knows? Will he find Kim? I don't know. But damn, what an episode. I'm blown away with how good the show is. I really am. I just think it's perfect. It's a perfect show. It really is. It's just a perfect show. I'm endlessly impressed, and it's just great. I can't wait until next week. I'm so excited, and to be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do after next week. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to go through some soul searching. I'm gonna have to find a new hobby, I guess. I don't know, man. Or maybe I'll just watch Breaking Bad again. You know, with all the new context. Anyway, it's just such a good show. If you are not watching Better Call Saul, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, you are not on the same level that the rest of us are. I don't know. Like, again, and now this is the people that haven't watched it. There's this, like, certain strain out there of, like, people that love Breaking Bad but think Better Call Saul is too slow. Now, those people, I mean, like, I really, and I do hate to say this.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Like, they're just not okay. Like, if we're going to talk about having insane asylums, we have decided as a society that we have insane asylums. You can be convicted of no crime and be thrown in prison anyway, violating the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. So if we have, as a society, have decided and we've all agreed upon that insane asylums are okay, we need to throw the motherfuckers in there that think Breaking Bad is a masterpiece but Better Call Saul is too slow. They need to go to the insane asylum. They need help. And honestly, they're a danger to society. Let's be honest. Let's be real, right? So anyway, I mean, this show is perfect. The ending, like, finale season or finale half is just so good so far. And I'm endlessly impressed. Like, I can't... It's just such a good show. And I love how artistic it is, right? Like, it's got a lot of, like, Kubrick-esque camera angles where, like, they have these, like, really wide lens shots of, like, this giant room, you know? And it's, like, it's just... I love that kind of shit. It's crazy. I love that with the black and white aesthetic. It's a great show. It's just a great show. I can't. I mean, it's too good. Anyway, I hope that there's some feet available in the final episode for Bob Odenkirk's enjoyment, and I'm excited to watch it. So there you go. Better Call Saul coming up.